Okay, so we are reviewing an Anna who is currently in Gold 1, named OverwatchSux. This is what they wrote. The highest they were in Overwatch 1 was 2,300. That was, I think, gold, right? I think plat is 2,500 to 3,000. Says that they're unable to break into plat 5. Doesn't know if they deserve to be in plat yet, but also not 100% sure what they need to do to reach the next level. Just finished climbing DPS and tank into gold, so they're consistently in gold across all their roles. Just trying to focus on support and reach plat 5 by the end of the season. I've already watched through and knows things like my Bionade throws are sometimes poor when used aggressively. I have a couple times where I was way too aggressive against their Sigma and sacrificed my position to do so. I wasn't paying attention when the doors closed at the first point on attack. And when I get too much energy, I tend to jump around and lose focus. I've been trying to focus more heavily on impacting fights with my Bionades, positioning myself in places where I can both escape or move to help my team be aggressive and keep line of sight. I feel like I've improved a lot this season. I have a 60% win rate on Anna, 53% on BAP, but still not enough to keep climbing, so asking for pointers. For starters, if you have a 60% win rate on Anna, you're going to climb. But 60% win rate is fantastic, right? If you consistently can hold a 60% win rate, you will keep climbing for forever. You just need to play enough games. You're not like you will find very few players who are winning more consistently at a higher rate than 60%. That is an excellent win rate. You just need to play more games. There's going to be some variability. Even if you're a 60% winner, you might lose 2 or 3 in a row and have to play a bunch of games to get that SR back. But for the most part, you're going to climb. But let's see. I'm sure there's still stuff you can work on. It seems like you probably identified a bunch of stuff I'm going to see as well. But let's take a look. For starters, I always think, okay, what are your supports? What are your tanks? I mean, what's your whole team, but especially the supports and tank. Your tank's a D.Va. She's a medium greedy tank in terms of needing heals, not as much as like a Rhine, right, or a Winston, but definitely needs some healing or a good chunk of healing, more than, let's say, Zarya, and definitely more than Sigma in order to do her job. Your other support is a Kiriko, which is great. Kiriko is probably the best overall support right now. That's why you see her played constantly in Owl. Excellent defense abilities, can jump to anybody and save anybody, can heal you, right? Very self-sufficient and also, a good partner for you as well. So your DPS are Sojourn and Echo. First thing you think about is you're playing Anna, so you always need a nano target. D.Va is an okay nano target, not the best, not the worst. She's great when she has missiles up, but after missiles are down, she's not that great. Like it's a 4-second period after she boosts before she can do anything else. Sojourn is good, depending if she's hitting shots, right? If you nano her and she's fully charged with overclock, she's gonna one tap people to the body. So pretty good option. Not as consistently, like you're not gonna go through massive chains like you would with a nano Genji, but she's fine. I think Reaper is also a better option than Sojourn as well for Death Blossom. I think Reaper, Death Blossom, Nano is basically unkillable. Echo is an interesting one. Really depends on who she ends up copying. You can also theoretically nano her without her copying so that she can kill somebody and then get enough ult charge to then copy. Situational. Definitely more complex. Lots to think about there. Not as easy a nano target as some of the other ones I mentioned. Let's play this out.
Not so fast. Nice work. Keep it moving. Taking damage. I'm here. Keep fighting.
So you're a little slow coming out of the gate. That's actually why I paused earlier, is because you're playing pretty far back here. Right? Like your team is all kind of stepping forward and you kind of slow down. That's actually why I paused here. So I was going to say something and I thought, well, it's not a big deal. But I would just keep walking forwards here, right? It's a damage orb, but I mean, your support passive is going to heal you anyway. I would walk forwards to the cart here because realistically, it's actually you that should be moving the cart, and the rest of your team should be moving forward and taking space. So you're delayed here, right? So you're probably 15 meters behind where you should be, right? You should basically be sitting behind the cart right now, but you're not. So you slow down now because you're like kind of hard scoping. You like heal your echo here, which is fine, but like again, I would after you shoot her, she's full health. Like start walking forwards. And the reason why this is relevant is right here. If you've been playing up at the cart, you would have been able to see her echo to heal her right here. She died to a Moira damage orb. So if you were at the cart, 100% you save her in this situation. So you get a kill and you don't trade out for it, which means you would be up 5v4 right now, which makes it very likely you will win the fight. Instead, it's 4v4 right now. So, you could have had an advantage, but you don't. So your D.Va's low. Again, you're not forward enough, which is making it hard for you to heal. So Kiriko uses Swift Step to get up there and then Suzu's her. So has to blow some cooldowns for it. Your D.Va is still pretty low. If D.Va gets demeched here, honestly, it's kind of on you. You should be up here at the cart healing the D.Va, right? That way the D.Va can go like slightly further in, right? Up to the lip of the edge, that diagonally like there. But you're playing so far back. Like they're not really putting a lot of pressure on the cart here. You can easily survive and be safe here playing behind the cart. So this is also a great example where you're hard scoping to make sure you land these shots, but I wouldn't. Like Diva's an easy target to hit with a projectile. I would just not scope and just be shooting while I run, so I'm not slowed so much. Because when you're scoped, you move at like what, half speed, right? Like what you're doing right now. This is what I'd be doing. I would just be healing. That's a terrible grenade. I don't know what you're thinking. There's like nothing really here. Maybe you're trying to hit the Sojourn, but like that's like you're pretty far away and you can't confirm the Soldier would have been followed up on because your Diva's like fighting the Sigma, right? Your Sojourn is clearly playing passively over here. Your Kiriko's healing the Diva. I would save Grenade here because you're probably going to get a better opportunity within the next like 3 to 4 seconds. Okay, so Sigma's here, right? Rock, you dodged it. I probably would have dodged to the right versus the left. Because again, I need to kind of think about being able to see everybody. The Sigma can't really kill you here, theoretically, right? Like, he's not going to be able to look at you long enough to be able to hit you with like 4 orbs. So I would probably play closer and force my Sigma to have to get out of position. Like, he can't walk forward. Like, your whole team is right here. He cannot walk forwards. So you're backing up again because you're like pretty scared. Again, it's hard to throw nades when you're far away. Like, I would be, again, playing on the cart right here and looking for an opportunity because as soon as you nade the Sigma, he dies, most likely, right? I think Diva and Echo can easily get past his grasp, force him to turn, and then he gets shredded and dies. Again, too far forward, so you're not healing your Diva. She's getting really low right now. Right? She's playing underneath. She loses mech. This is really bad. That's effectively a pick. Also, your Soldier dies. I don't even know where your Soldier is. Oh, sorry. The Soldier's on their team. I'm thinking it's tough when your team is usually the one on the top left. Okay, so Soldier gets picked by Echo. Great pick by Echo. Right, she beams her down, but you've lost mech, so it's functionally even. Traded a tank or a DPS. You threw a nade at some point that hit the Sigma. Ah, this is actually a good nade. So you hit 3 people. This is a very good nade. I don't know that your team can follow up so well on it though, right? Your Soldier is currently blocked by the shield. Echo has just blown all her cooldowns to kill the Soldier. So yes, you hit 3 people and it's a juicy nade, but I don't know that anybody is gonna die. Yeah, see, so the nade ends, they're all totally healed up. So in reality, technically, like, it was a good splash nade, but it wasn't at the right time. And that's really important with Biotic Grenade, is thinking you not only need to put it on target, you need to put it on target at the right time. Preferably when your team is already aggressing, right, attacking, pushing into them. Then you hit a juicy nade, then they're screwed. This is not a situation where everybody could follow up on what was a good nade toss. All right, your Echo dies here. Let's make sure that your Echo was not savable. It's definitely savable here, right? So you're healing. What's it, Baby Diva right now? So I would heal my Soldier in here, and then I would be looking at the Echo. The reason why I'd be looking at the Echo is the Echo is the most far forward, right? Because of damage fall off and how larger hitboxes, the teammates you have that are closer to the enemy are most likely to die. So right here, Sojourn, not in danger, right? Echo, lot of danger. I'd be like aimed on her right now because I would expect, because you can see shots flying, right? I would immediately be like, okay, I gotta save her. Now she dies. You could have saved her. It would have been the easiest shot, but you definitely should have been at least trying to save her. Okay, big trouble right now. Soldier is pushing in, trying to kill your Kiriko. Easy grenade and 1 dart, and she's dead here. Right, you sleep, which is fine. That also works. I mean, I personally would feel more confident hitting the grenade and the dart, but this is fine. She dies here. Yep, no problem. Throwing a grenade was the wrong choice. She had no health. I would just shot her, and she dies. I only grenaded if I saw that they had a support that was actively healing her, because you might need that grenade in the next few seconds. Like right now. One thing to think about is that Kiriko can cleanse your grenade. So one thing to track as Ana, right, in this new Overwatch 2 meta of having Kiriko's played all the time, is to keep in mind, does Kiriko have Suzu? And if so, you might want to hold on to Biotic until after she's forced to Suzu, and then throw it. I would shoot the shield. The shield's super low. This is like under 25% health when it's out of any cracks. I would shoot the shield to break it so Sojourn can get a kill. Okay, he has no rock. Right, so you're basically no way that either one of these can kill you. It is the right call to step forward, and I would try to kill the Kiriko right now. Which is what you're trying to do. I mean, you're missing some shots, but that's, what happens to everybody. Okay, so you're getting pressured by the Soldier. I would drop here and then grenade, and then possibly, depending on what the Sigma does, either retreat behind the cart or retreat into Mega. Okay, you do that. Sigma's blocking you here. You sleep, but then you die. So what could we have done differently here? That's actually interesting. So where's the Soldier been this whole time? Because obviously when I'm playing rear perspective, I don't really look at the whole map. So just coming back from spawn is what's going on here. Yeah. He starts shooting you right now. You grenade, right? The Sigma body blocks you accidentally, honestly. I don't think that he was intending to body block you from getting away. And you throw a sheep. I probably would have done the exact same thing. I mean, perfectly honest, I probably would have done the exact same sequence of events and then died to the soldier just because I wouldn't have been thinking about the soldier coming back. What should you actually have done here? Right? Probably never expose yourself to that extent. You probably should have been playing further back here, right? And then trying to kill the Kiriko. Because you know shield's down anyway, so you don't actually need to step up high ground to kill the Kiriko. So you could have stayed here and then tried to kill the Kiriko from this angle. And then when the soldier came, you could have used cart or gone underneath to try to stay alive a little longer. But I think probably the soldier hunted down. Okay, so what's the situation? You guys have won the team fight without you, which is great. And you capped. You mentioned something about not paying attention when the doors were opening here, so I'm curious what you're doing. Okay, you're trying to go high ground here, which is, I would say, a mistake. Again, in this lineup, it is your job to stay on the cart, right? The Kiriko can play forwards because she has incredible defensive abilities. She's not going to die or get picked off unless she makes a huge mistake. You're supposed to stay on cart, heal people from a distance, make sure the cart's moving. You don't want DPS here to be forced to stay on the cart because you want them forwards looking for picks, farming for ult. Again, you should be on the cart here. The cart moves faster with more people and allows the DPS to move up. Okay, great. So this is pretty much, like, generally speaking, the right spot. Whatever's going on up here, not your responsibility, right? They know you're not going to have line of sight. They're going to know you're on cart. The Kiriko's already there. Not your responsibility. I'm thinking, hey, this guy's already full health. The Echo's already full health. I'm looking, hey, can I kill support here, right? 3 shots to kill support. So that's 1. I'm getting some pressure now, so I'm not going to die to try to get a pick. I play back. I look for where the Echo is. That's fair. It's kind of confusing. Heal. Okay, so overclock's popped. Do you nano here? Tough to say. I think the right call in the absolute case scenario would be to nano. I don't think this is a good overclock in the right situation. I think she's really far away and the Sigma is in front and still has shield. So I don't think that Sojourn's actually going to get much value here, but I think the right call, assuming the Sojourn's making the right call, would be to nano the Sojourn. Especially since she's half health. Okay. So this is an interesting call. The Sigma ults, and then you step behind this, which is a mistake, right? Because the Sigma's not going for you. You can tell based on the angle, like where he's looking. He's not looking far enough to be looking at you to lift you with his ulti. So when he lifts, right, it does 50 damage, and it does half of their max health, right? If you give the people in the air 1 dart each, and they don't take any extra damage, they don't die instantly. Did he lift anybody? He did. Oh, he lifted the Sojourn, right? So if you nanoed the Sojourn here, she does not die, for sure. No way she dies here. She definitely lives, easily, even if you don't heal her. So you taking cover there was a mistake. You should have kept healing the Sojourn. Okay, now the door's closed. Maybe this is what you meant by not paying attention. It's fair. You were kind of backing up for the Sigma ulti. I think that's an understandable mistake. Okay, so lots of stuff is going on right now. I think you, depending where the Moira goes, yeah, I would nade right here to nade both my Kiriko and the Moira and then try to kill the Moira. Right, which is what you do. Not quite quick enough. Now you're in trouble. You try to save the Reaper. I wouldn't have slept right away because by walking into this tunnel, the Reaper has to run in a straight line versus when he's out here, there's still some horizontalness, right? Like left-right space, he could be moving. But once you go into the tunnel, like he has to follow you directly, and then I toss asleep. Because you end up missing both of them. I think you probably die either way, though. I think the Moira would probably hunt you down, even if you slept the Reaper.
Covering you.
Okay. Interesting choice. I would not have naded the D.Va there, because I would assume my D.Va knows, like, she's low, she's not going to start diving yet. I would want to save that nade for the push that's about to happen. Now you're 10 seconds away from being able to use the next nade. Nade, Biotic Grenade is one of the best abilities in the game, by far. Like, it absolutely can change a team fight completely if you throw it at the right time. Right. So you're 5 seconds away from nade, you're still healing up. Your D.Va was no real danger there. She has defense matrix, she's behind a cover, like, she's not going to die there. Alright, so right here, You have the Sojourner right in front of you. I think this is a reasonable biotic grenade dart, and if you can get a melee, I think it will kill her. Otherwise, you'll have to use the second dart. You go for sleep first. Okay, I mean, I don't hate it. If you feel comfortable going with that shot, it's fine.
You're powered up. Get
Okay.
in there.
Now you pop Nano and Diva. I think this is probably a good Diva. She's in good position. She can, except she flies away instead of using it right away. She didn't recognize immediately she got Nano. Right now, I'm like, hey, look, I don't really need to pocket Diva very much. Like, Diva's incredibly tanky. She has tons of armor. She's basically at full health. She's nanos. She takes half damage. Find someone to kill here, right? So find someone to kill. Find someone to nade. When did you throw your nade?
You're powered up. Get in there.
Ah, so you threw the nade, but you missed everything here, which is unfortunate. Like I said, you could save this for a better opportunity, like an easier nade opportunity, rather than trying to hit one that early. It's not like anybody was low anyway. Like a nade right there would have been huge on the Kiriko and the Sigma. Yeah, don't shoot him. You were not in danger of dying yet. I would have held the nade. Right, 148, 99 roughly was when you grenaded. I would turn right now and look for the sleep on the Reaper as he's chasing you, which he still is. Right, and then you'll have your grenade available. Okay, let's see this. Okay. Echo lost. I guess she's had it for a while. Yeah, good kill there. Good job. So I would not play this angle. Like, why play inside? It exposes your to your left flank. Stay on the cart. That's where everyone's gonna expect you to be, not like going around flanking. Definitely try to kill Kiriko here. It's a big mistake not killing the Kiriko here. Like, you just saw her jump in. She doesn't have swift step. Right? Yeah, somebody else gets it for you, but that was really your job to kill her right there.
Engaging enemy combatants. Activating self-destruct sequence.
Okay, again, I think you should be on the cart here so that your aggro can play up. It also moves it faster. I know that you're like worried about a contest. I would not expect him to be able to contest in this situation, especially after the Diva bomb.
I have reached optimal efficiency.
Yeah, your echo is absolutely dragging. So right now, they're just poking. You're farming Nano. You threw a grenade, and that's okay. Oh, rough. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. That's a bad grenade. Just scope it the other. Like, don't get front. This is what some like lower ranks Annas do. They get frustrated trying to hit like a mobile teammate and they throw a grenade. Just heal them. Like, focus on healing them. You gotta land those heals so you have grenade available. Okay, you try to hit the sleep. I think that's a really tough sleep and it's a dangerous sleep, right? Walking through the shield to eat that is a bad idea. Like, if he's gonna lift you, just let him lift you and then you're at the same level as him and then sleep him. Right? Like, think about how much easier the sleep would be right here. Like, you're so much closer to him, and there's no vertical component now. It's just left, right. You just throw a sleep like right here at his hip, right, the left side of his hip, and you probably get him right here. Okay, you're gonna get plummeted. You throw a grenade. Good timing, right? You get yourself a grenade right after, and now you have no sleep for Blossom, but unfortunately your team is great and actually manages to heal it. It's a fine sleep. The dart would have killed him as well. Okay, good job healing. You have Nano here. You think about how you want to utilize this Nano. Your Echo's gonna have ulti soon, so this is a scenario where potentially you could Nano your Echo. She's been getting a lot of kills, so it's reasonable. I'm sure you're thinking about nanoing your Diva here. I don't think that is the right option because Zarya just came out of spawn. She's gonna have both bubbles, right? And she just is a good counter against Diva. I would probably think that the right option is to heal up your Echo here, or heal up your Diva, maybe even grenade her, and then nano your Echo. Okay, do not nano, which is I think is a good call, good decision. Reaper's still on the cart. You can have a sleep. You get a little distracted here, and you're not healing down there. I think you should be thinking about nano right now. You can hear the hack going. Realistically, the best play here would be to turn to the left and immediately nade to stop the Sombra from hacking you. Right. And now this happens. Now you're Now you missed that grenade, definitely big panic grenade, right? If you hit that Reaper with this grenade right now, he dies, right? He's at 20, 40, 60, 80, 85 health, right? You throw that grenade, one dart, or even a melee, and he dies right here. And you have your health back. And you still haven't popped your nano. Your Echo is a god. Comes back, helps you, kills the Reaper. Hasn't been healed in forever, but still doing a lot of work here. Your team is like much better than their team. Like your DPS are diffing them for sure. Okay, you should really be thinking about your nano here. See, good spot for a nade, but she's cleansing. So, I mean, I don't know if you knew that was gonna happen, but it is what it is. So nano targets, I mean, you can nano Echo here, or you can nano Diva. I think Echo's probably transforming, so I nano Diva right away. Right, it's tough because you're not in like a great angle. The Reaper is low right now, which is an option for you to possibly kill.
Get in there.
You get the nano off, but it's too late. I think she's in Baby Diva form. Oh no, you nano the Kiriko. That's good. Okay, so this whole fight's a mess. Let's actually play this back, starting from right here. So I think you're definitely having trouble processing everything that's happening right now and prioritizing. Okay, so miss shot, missed grenade, miss shot, wrong nano, sleep, right? So that's 4 missed shots, a missed grenade, and then nano the wrong target. Like, that's tough. Like, this is a clutch moment. Like, you nano the right person, you throw a grenade in, this fight's won, and you capture right away. I think you just need to kind of calm down here and be like, okay, like, what can I do here? What am I trying to focus on? And pop that nano. I think early nano is better than late nano, right? You want nanoing when your team can still win the fight, not when, you know, the fight is falling apart and now you're trying to recover. You had nano the whole time, right? You had nano wrong before this fight started. I would have been already thinking, or if you're using voice comms, communicating who's going to get that nano, right? Your Baby Diva running around, not great. Yeah, and then you die. Face loss. Again, your Echo absolutely fragging, right? Copies a Kiriko and is killed 2. Gets ultimate, pops it. Man, I would be thinking to Echo your nano your Echo every game because she's smurfing or is like the highest SR person in this game. Just like absolutely running over the opposing team. Yeah, it's really hard to watch because I think that, again, your team easily could have won that fight if you gotten heals off, hit a grenade, or nanoed. Like, you didn't even need to do all the things. Just any of the things would have been enough to win that fight. I wouldn't throw that grenade. Same reason as usual. Your Diva's not actually any serious danger. You'd want that grenade for later. Your Echo finally gets picked, which I understand, she plays pretty aggressively, so sometimes it doesn't work out. Alright, Diva's lost mech, you're down your Echo, this fight's over. Right, you're just gonna farm nano. Again, I would make sure to heal. I would have actually tossed that grenade forwards to try to get some more ult charge out of that. Like, your Kiriko's too far away to be like instantly good.
30 seconds remaining. We need to move the payload. I won't let you fall. It's let the Kitsune guide you.
Okay, you're rushed, but now that's causing you to play strangely. Right? Before I was saying you're too far back, now you're too far forwards. It's like rush goes on, like, you can either try to kill the Sombra here, or you can heal your tank, right? You run up and you've naded, but the only thing you're nading is your tank, who's like definitely taking damage, but it's not like imminently gonna die. Especially with rush on, like, you can shoot pretty fast right now. So I would just keep shooting her to see if I can hit somebody else with that nano, with the grenade as well, right? Always try to hit enemies with biotic grenade. Like, if I could only choose to use grenade on teammates or enemies, I would only use it on enemies if those were my only two choices, because it's the impact on enemies is far more valuable than the impact on friendlies, believe it or not. So this Reaper's here, I'd be thinking, okay, does he have ulti? Right, he's either his ulti or he's going to try to fight me right away. I know he doesn't have Wraith, so I can sleep him right when he comes out of this. That is incredible timing. that that is a great sleep. I don't think I would have tried to hit that sleep. I would probably give it an extra fraction of a second before I started my sleep. Okay. Okay. So you have Nano here. You're already winning this fight. Like, everybody's basically dead here. You see the D.Va go forward, and then you still Nano. I don't think I would have nanoed the D.Va even if she hadn't bombed. Like, I don't think that's necessarily the right call right now. D.Va's at full health. And she wasn't actively engaging anybody. Nobody was next to her. I don't think that was the right call. Right now, like, if my D.Va's like close to them, like, this would be a great time to nano your Echo, right? She's dead. You walked very far forward, which is not necessary, right? There's no reason. You can heal the Echo from here, right? Like, why are you drifting forwards right now? Which is going to make you a very vulnerable target, right? Nanoing the Echo there probably wins this fight as well. Okay, unsurprisingly, you've gotten grabbed because you were very far forward. D.Va does a great job absorbing damage. You're reloading, which is unfortunate. You're healing nonstop. Okay, let's figure out how things go on defense. Okay, pretty standard Ana spot. This or against the cliffs. I generally prefer this spot because you have better visibility, but you're more exposed. Okay, so in this lineup, so your Kiriko went Mercy now. I would expect your Mercy to be healing your Echo. So I would be prioritizing healing your tank. And if your Mercy sees the tank is taking too much damage, your Mercy is going to pocket your tank more instead of damage boosting the DPS, which is exactly what you don't want. So it's very important to keep your tank topped up, not because your tank could die, which is a possibility, but so your Mercy feels like you're competent and they can pocket the DPS. That's what should be happening here. Your Mercy should be DPS boosting either the Sojourn or the Echo, mostly the Echo. Good accuracy so far. Great accuracy. Okay, now you have a great chance to kill this Pharah. You have 6 shots. 1. Almost. Good try. Good reload. Heals. Also to note, if there's Pharah, if she crosses this corner up there, she can like double direct you, so you have to be careful of that. If once you hear the rockets in the air, you should always look to see where it's coming from. I would not have grenaded this Sojourn. Yep, that's a great reason, because right there you need a grenade to save your Orisa. Like, this grenade on your Sojourn is just, it's just kind of lazy, right? You're like, yeah, I could scope and try to hit you, or I could just throw a grenade. But heal, just like scope and healer, right? Like, you've hit plenty of other shots. This is definitely not a hard shot for you, and you not having grenade means that your Orisa is going to get melted right here. Right here, grenade should be in the air, and you should already be healing. And then she lives. So right now, you've lost 2, so it is now 3 on 4. So you're probably going to lose this fight. The only person who can do anything right now is the Sojourn. So a combination of trying to pocket the Sojourn and trying to kill anyone who's like being super aggro. Like the Sojourn right now, you can try putting some darts in too. Realistically, you can't keep her up to try and kill Mercy. You can't do anything about that. Like, dropping low ground to try to heal her is not the call. I would have tried to kill one of the guys up front, like the Soldier or the Baptiste, while this was happening. Because they're clearly not going to shoot at you, right? Because they're like busy trying to do that. I don't know if I would have made the Mercy there. Same thing. She's like relatively safe. I would not sleep there because I haven't seen the Zarya use bubble, so I assume she has bubble, so the sleep is wasted. Like, I don't think the Zarya was trying to counter your bubble. I think the Zarya was just trying to get charge. Sojourn is charged. You're playing an okay spot, I think. I think switching over here is the right call to give you a better line of sight. Okay. Tough situation. I think I nade the Sojourn to try to keep the Sojourn alive, and I look to see if I can kill or sleep the Pharah. So because Pharah's close and you need to hit 3 darts, I would be trying to sleep her first instead of darting, because there's almost no way that I'm going to land 3 darts faster than she's going to land 2 or 3 rockets on me. I understand what's going on. You're like trying to like turn this fight around by getting a nano. I don't think you have enough players to make this play though, right? Because you really only have 3 of you, and maybe wherever your Sojourn is coming back in, or sure you just died, wherever your Echo is. I don't think it's likely you turn that. I don't think I use nano. I think I just try to figure out if I can kill the Pharah, and then go back to whatever's going on in the front. Alright, fight's lost. You set up default. So you should watch out here because you can potentially get blown up by, for example, Helix or Soldier Bullets. Alright, you're running Winston now, which is a really great pairing with Ana.
It's go time.
Okay. I think that's a reasonable nade, right? You're like, hey, look, chuck it in there. Maybe it'll help kill somebody. I think that's fine. So far, I mean, reasonably good hope. I think that you could have done better in first, but getting a fight win here is really good. It's kind of tough to take this side. Still playing default, so I would play the right side because you can't tell if someone's to the left. Like if they get there quietly, you could just get blown up right now by a soldier like Helix. Yeah, exactly. So shifting to the right here is the right call. Perfect. Right, so now you can see the Reaper coming out. You can see him try to teleport. Great sleep again, right? Great timing. Right, and you're like, okay, I guess I'll do it myself because the rest of the team busy, which is reasonable. Get your Mercy here. You can hear the Reaper in the left garage. Visor's up, then you try to live. Tough to say, because if you don't die here, or if you don't live here, then you just get staggered. I think you just keep running. Yeah, that's all you can do here. You almost have Nano. Right. Ideally, you would have Nano right now, so you can Nano him as he goes out the door. Gotta get no idea what the heck's gonna happen. Try to save your Echo here with the grenade. No. Oh, okay, this is double bad. So not only do you fail to save your Echo here, again, I think it would be tough. Grenade might save her here, right? Grenade will definitely prevent her from this next shot from killing her, and then another dart, if you land the dart, may also save her. But now you're just getting wrecked by Ana, and you die. Yeah, this is fight losing, right? You weren't able to get the Nano off, which is tough. I mean, it's hard coming out of there, and it's definitely not easy to get out there and like do all the things you need to do. But it starts with saving your Echo, so that if you save your Echo, you never get shot at. And then you have Nano right after that. You pop Nano on your Monkey, and very possibly you win the fight. But now you're sitting on Nano, and you didn't manage to Nano the entire second point, which is always rough to see. Okay, now you're running Zarya, which is I think the wrong call. I think Winston. I guess they have a Reaper here, but like I still think Winston here is pretty good option. Okay, your Zarya is starting behind in the ult race, so I guess grab one off. Generally, we'd be starting behind the ult race, but definitely behind the charge. Okay, what's going on? Yep, I would throw a grenade a little bit earlier. Reaper's super low. Yeah, I don't know if I throw a sleep there either. It's pretty far away. You can see exactly what's going on. Hey, you kill your Mercy first. You saw her take damage. Okay, now you cover. Okay, you handle the Zarya, which is fine. Actually, let's check how much energy here she has. 50. So, and it's okay. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Okay, you're trying to keep her alive, so. Yeah, that's rough. My instinct here is that you could have gotten more healing into the Zarya. Right, again, she's the most forward. Yeah, like right here, you should hit a dart, then you should hit a second dart, possibly even a third dart before she gets around the corner. That would make a difference. Bastion ulti. Fantastic. Reaper's on the left. Not really your job to deal with him, but he tries to walk down. You poke at him. Bad grenade. Really bad grenade. Again, you're going to get a better opportunity very soon. Damn. You needed to pocket your Mercy better there. So the second I hear the shot, I'm now thinking, okay, I want to hit the Mercy. You missed the shot. Yeah. If you would have died to Visor anyway though right now. This is tough. You weren't tracking where the soldier was. So I think that's hard. hard. You can't do all the things all at once, but definitely like a few mistakes just leading up to this point. And you guys are going to lose this. Alright, I think, again, the biggest mistake is just not farming nano like a little bit faster on second point and then making sure that you actually manage to get that off. Okay, overall, I'm going to say like a little surprised that you're a 60% winner on Ana. I wonder what volume, like how many games you've played. Like if it's like 20 or 30, I don't know that 60% is all that meaningful. If it's like 100, that's pretty meaningful. I think you're better than average. Definitely your aim is actually pretty good. I think you generally have the right positioning other than like a few wonky moments. I think grenades, probably the big ones of like just not reserving grenades for when you really need them and then being able to make sure that you hit juicy nades. Like those turn fights more than anything else. And of course, just having the sense of urgency around building nano and making sure that you can use nano. Like again, you really needed nano in that second point, right, to help change things around. A. B is that on the first point, you also didn't get a nano off of meaningful value, right? You only pop nano at the very end when it was 3v1. If you're a little better about healing or doing damage, you potentially have nano faster and you can do something about it. Okay, cool. Hopefully this was helpful.